Hello and welcome to Conversations with Kerry. I'm your host, Kerry Adlington, and I'm an empowerment coach and sound healer. And today I want to share with you a clip that I recorded for my membership group called Tap Into Power, which is all about helping to empower high achievers to overcome overwhelm from all those unrealistic expectations, people pleasing, perfectionism, and so much more. So, without further ado, here is the clip. I hope you enjoy it. Hello and welcome to the power session that happens in between our live calls and the Tap Into Power group. I'm so excited. The Tap Into Power program, which is part of the Empowered Women's Inner Circle. So happy that you're here, and I'm going to share with you something that's going on for me and trust that this is going to serve you in helping you towards your dreams and your big goals. So, before I go into what's happening for me, the theme of this conversation is obstacles versus opportunities. And there's a quote I want to share with you, which is, "The obstacle is the way." The obstacle is the way. This is so important, so key, especially when we're talking about overwhelm. Because when we see obstacles, and obstacles can be external or internal. So external obstacles come from outside of us. They can be things that people have said, people have done. It can be a situation that happens outside of our control that impacts us. It can be a no, it can be someone putting us down, it could be a contract not coming through that we were expecting, it could be the money not being available when you expect it to be, it could be your rent being, your notice being given on the rental place that you're living, which is what's coming up for me right now. It could be I haven't got any more examples for you. It could be the car breaking down, even. It could even be, as Wayne Dyer said in one of his episodes in the Awakened Life, was perhaps it's the plane not going. And that's an obstacle for him to get to a place on time for a talk or whatever. So, and the obstacle being an external thing that's happening. The other thing that can happen is internally. So it could be the thoughts in our head, what we're saying to ourselves. It could be, I can't do that. It's too hard. I don't know how. Well, they're doing well, but I'm not there yet, so I can't do that. It could be, this always happens to me. Why me? What have I done to deserve this? It keeps happening to me. It's not fair. It's this person's fault. If you think about all of the kind of reactionary ways that we could deal with a situation, that's basically what the internal obstacle is. It's the part of us that just goes, you know what, I can't do that. So first of all, so actually, why is this important? Why are we having this conversation? So it's important that we have this conversation because these obstacles are a given. Obstacles are going to show up in our lives, especially when we have our compelling vision and mission. We know what we want and we have the drive to get it. We have the desire, the why that's pulling us towards wanting that thing and having that thing, whatever it is, whether it's better health, better finances, a great career, whether it's a wonderful relationship, or being a better parent, or some other project that excites you. I was just thinking about my project, Wanting to Live in Community, and that's something I'll talk about in a moment. So obstacles. If we see those obstacles as things that are happening against us, that are happening to us, then we'll usually go, that's too hard, and give up and turn away and give up on our dreams. That's what a lot of women do. It's what a lot of people do. Is when things get hard, they give up. They don't have the drive to get over the obstacle to get to the dream that they want. And when we see these things as opportunities, and we can see them as opportunities because when we have a big dream, when we have a big vision and we have a big why, stuff is going to happen to test us. How much do you really want it? That's what the universe, God, spirit, whatever word you want to use for the higher consciousness and all things, that consciousness is going to want to know, how much do you really want that? Because if you don't want it a lot, well, why should I give it to you? But if you really want it, you've got to grow a bit. So I'm going to give you some obstacles to help you get stronger. So when we look at it from that perspective, if you think about it, if you think about God, if you take the perspective that perhaps God could be the father or the mother of all, and think of it in that way, like a parent taking care of us, it might be just testing to see how ready we are to take on that role and that responsibility. For instance, a manager, for instance, might test his employee, right? So maybe an employee is saying they want a rise, or maybe that employee wants to go for another role. Maybe they'll test them out and say what it is that they're willing to do to step up. Perhaps they'll test them by giving them more responsibilities. Perhaps they would test them by offering them other days of work, perhaps extending their hours a little bit, to see how much they really want that other role. Because if they're not willing to take some of the responsibilities that role would entail, why would they give them that role? And so we can think of these obstacles in a similar kind of way. They're not obstacles, they're opportunities. They're opportunities to grow and develop. And when we're in that frame of mind, the question isn't why. Why is this happening to me? The question becomes, this is great. This is happening for me. Now, how do I grow? How do I use this opportunity to help me grow and become a stronger, more empowered woman so that I can grow into that woman who can have that dream and goal that I desire? As T. Harv Eker shares, it's about becoming bigger than our problems. And what he means by that is by solving the problems that come up in our lives. As we solve, so like say we have different levels. So say we do like a scale of 1 to 10. So I'm going off a bit off track here, but I trust this is useful and helpful. But say we have a level 1 problem that comes up and we're at level 1, well, it's going to be challenging to solve that problem. But if we can solve bigger problems, if say we can solve a level 7 problem and then we come across a level 1 problem, well, guess what? That level 1 problem is gone, right? So I've gone a bit off track. That's a whole other tangent. But the point is that we grow. Through our problems, we grow. So when we come across smaller problems, it's easy. They become easier and we can get ourselves into a situation whereby we are able to be the woman that we need to be to have the thing that we want. So looking at it from that perspective and that growth perspective, then it means that we can achieve more, we can able to have more, we're able to experience more, we're able to take responsibility where others won't. Imagine that actually a problem comes along and you own it and you say, you know what, okay, cool, that problem's come up, I'm owning it, and now how do I solve it? And you solve it. You're separating yourself out from the crowd because you've stood up and said, okay, let's see how we can solve that. And the opportunities within that is that, okay, you might need to learn a new skill. You might need to find people who can help you and network. You might need to I can't think. My mind's just gone blank. It's so hot and humid here. Not that's an excuse. Um, I can't think. It's gone. Anyway, the point is, it's opportunities to look for the resourcefulness within and the resources that we can access around us. And it just means that we can take on more and more. So let me share with you something that's happening now and how I'm dealing with that. So, situation that we have right now, or that I have right now, is that I've been given notice on the rental property that I live in. External problem, right? External obstacle. I can't control that. The owner wants to move up to this property from Auckland, where there's lots of restrictions and lockdowns, even more than apparently up here. But that might change. Um, so he wants to come up here. That means I've got 60 days to move out. I've got 9 cats, which can't go with me. They're all friended from the wild. Some of them have taken a year to friend. I don't want to just rehome them to anyone. So that's a problem. Yeah? Problem, I've got to move out. I've got cats to move. I've got a lot of stuff as well to also sort out and shift through and move to. I've also got to find somewhere to do my work. The ideal is as quiet as this. So that's the problem. If I was coming at this from a victim mentality, it would be, well, this is not my fault. Someone else can fix it. Someone else can find me somewhere else to live. It could be, I could say it's too big for me. I can't handle this. I don't know what to do. I could be saying, I might just have to give the cats to a shelter. Could be all sorts of things coming up, right? And I can't. Maybe I can't do it, and I don't do anything, and I lay in paralysis for the next month or more before, and then I find out, and then sort of realize, hang on, I've got to really shift and start moving stuff and sort through things. So you might say, well, what is the opportunity in this? Well, the opportunity is to sort through some things, let some stuff go, decide on what comes with me on my new life and what gets left behind. And my new life might look like living with a conscious community, people who want to live on the land, growing their own fruits and veggies, who want to spend more time on the land and away from it, who want to create music and art, to sing and dance and have beautiful lifestyles. That could be the opportunity, right? That would be in alignment with my bigger vision. So I'm seeing it as an opportunity to move towards my bigger goals. Rather than something that could hold me back, I'm looking at, okay, how can I make this work for my bigger vision? Who are the people I need to network with and connect with? What kind of environment do I want to live in? What values do really matter to me? Can I live with other people's values? How open and accepting can I be in certain areas? What am I not willing to tolerate? What am I willing to tolerate? And it's fascinating when we open our perspective up to see so much more. And what I notice is that in that space, rather than feeling overwhelmed, there's more of an excitement. Because in the past, I would have got overwhelmed. And don't get me wrong, there are moments where I do think, oh my God, what am I doing? How is this going to work? There are moments of that. And the point is, I can move through those moments and come back to, hang on, this is an opportunity for me to have more of what I want, to be more of the woman that I truly want to be, and have the impact that I desire in the world. And share even more cool stuff. So that's the key piece here for me in terms of dealing with the overwhelm that in the past would have come up for me during these times. I'm also seeing that I'm more willing to let go of certain things, that Yeah, I don't need to hold on to that. Nah, I don't need to hold on to that. I'm letting stuff go. There's some things that I'm finding more challenging. Books, for instance. Oh my god, books. I've got books behind me, but I've got so many more on shelves and in boxes you wouldn't believe. So I need a library. And that's okay. Lots of information. So some things are easier for me to let go of than others. And again, opportunities to let go of some of the things that I've been given that I don't want or need, that opportunities to perhaps let go of some clothes that perhaps no longer suit me or that I no longer need. And I can step more and more into, okay, what is important and what really lights me up. And this is so cool. And I trust that if you are in a situation where you have an obstacle coming up and you're feeling overwhelmed by it and you're thinking, why me? And why is this happening again? To look for the gold within it. It's happening for a reason. It's happening for you. What's the opportunity? Where's the silver lining? And you might not be able to see it right now, and that's okay. Just be curious, because there will be one in this for you. And it will serve you and help you to grow and become that empowered version of you that I know you are, that I know is within you, and live your greatest, best life ever. So with that, have an amazing day. This has been a short one. And I look forward to seeing you on our next class, which is on Tuesday at 4 p.m. New Zealand time. Do make sure you book in for that. And I really look forward to seeing you there. Haven't fully decided what the topic is going to be yet, but I think it's going to be around stretching our comfort zone. So taking this, what we've discussed today, another level. So really seeing how these obstacles help us to stretch us and how we can help ourselves through that process of growth so that we're able to keep moving forward and progress from one week to the next. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you soon. So that was this week's power session in the Tap into Power program. I trust that it was useful for you, and if you would like to know more about the membership, the link is carrieadlington.com/membership. And until the end of this week, we have a deal where you can try the sessions out for a whole month, completely free, no strings attached. If you don't like it, it's all good. We just part as friends, and if you love it, then there's the opportunity to join and enjoy these beautiful sessions where you get to learn so much more about yourself, stepping into your power each week, releasing energy that's holding you back on a cellular level, which is so powerful in the sound healing sessions. And you're getting that awareness in the empowerment training sessions. And the women in the group are having phenomenal results because they're showing up each week and applying what they're learning. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, please come and join us. Save just one more week on the free trial, and then after that I'll be introducing something extra special, equally amazing, and I look forward to sharing that with you next week. So have an amazing time, and if you join us in the membership, I hope I'll see you in the next workshop. Have an amazing day. Bye for now.